Abusia for me chiamo. Me mamo achi. Me gidi sa mo ho ye amanie. Ene. Me pese me ni mudi abrabo mu enkomo. It's another textbook masterclass of the status quo, the current status of affairs, and the farabai. And me a statement be ewo me nuaman the video I say. I've had a lot of comments about it. It's something maybe I should. Nancy, I've decided I'm doing more disclaimers, so let's go. Me catch them send me street protester. I've always not been this way. As a young child, na me share your friend is a Steve Biko nom, me share Mandela nom. I remember watching Sarafina. I can't remember what the name of the actual film is. As a child, me kai din Sarafina neka. Freedom is coming tomorrow. I was a passionate child, having watched a lot of these films growing up. I had this romantic view of activism. And sana. Then I started growing up. I started reading about other freedom fighters who don't go to prison. Freedom fighters who still galvanize the people, who get people to transition, who get people's mind to resolve and to change, but they use alternative methods. For me, the biggest change, the biggest transition in my mentality happened in the year 1999. So 21 solid years ago. And to say I'm social media, my ideology has been where it is. But let me explain what happens. Ghana na you were around your friend is saying more universities around that time no. Na abai se wo school fees. Na school for se wo ntua. Etie ne ekome preko. Na do dan kwaku for adona ne ho adin wo mu pa na no adin wo mu. Most of the big boys and girls are winning in NDC MPP say no. Most of them were in uni with me around that time. Most of those guys, you know, you pack your home, your friends a protest demonstrations. I can see. Make I pass as a young girl. I'm at lecture theater beam, and freedom fighters nearby. You know, you fire. Me no. I was always a serious student, even when I'm an activist. Okay, I say uncle for class when I I was there. But then confound by on bed disruptive lesson na lecture and Johnny and you know so you do machine yes sir. Na ye nenam ye ko block if you want your court and getting yes sir. Ye guswa yes sir, ye guswa yes sir no and a bra out. You better pay me. Mommy. I say yes, bra out. Daddy fro. Nka me you on the spot. This is my little rebel. I'm a rebellious activity for the first time. Be passionate the yes, papa frame. We ko na papa gina dua bi ase. Wash me no was see me bama, me say yes, papa. Dear na see me go protest. Or say sa. Me say aye. Bra. They took me papa de me go university bookstore. And of course selected 3 books he recommended for me. On one I selected 3 books no the mama say me bama. G books me and saying go and read them. When you finish reading, I will talk to you about activism. Me say sa papa. Or say Annie. See you nam ji book no nam koken kanye. Now as I was reading about these books, one of them was about the suffragettes, a man who womo pray ma enkrofo eko enya vote in the UK no. But this book was actually a book which was looking at after the movement had been successful. Na womo lead you know, you started say omo ankasa started womo ka womo stories, and one of them minya daja me so be hunu book na it must be in my things somewhere. I can't for the life of me even remember the name of the books, but it's definitely in me your friend is a box be maybe some mammy here so bit me huna I will tell you the books, I'll tell you the authors. But the story was about one of them having gone through active protest no. Now when you drew baby you be some questions about what they would do differently. And Asema America in this book, and it stays with me this day. She was talking about accountability and responsibility. When she was young and a firebrand, she told people to chain themselves. She told people that they were cowards if they were not in the street. She told people a lot of things from a childish, myopic view. She did not understand. So what cast will be in the street, my yebet. And she never took the responsibility for the people in the street. And Crawford and almost friends houses of parliament no more protesting. Some of them were arrested. Ebino wo ha wo we suffragette movement and they had criminal records. It's wanting to move life forward after the event. It was difficult because of Enyema no Omenya in their record. Yes, we celebrate it now and we celebrate it as heroism, but a record is a record. Depending on professions, a record is a record. So she was saying, so having gone through Enyema wako through no, and having learned what she's learned, she does not regret the activism, but she would have changed the methods I want to use here. And at least she would have explained to people the risks carefully before she told people to go to the street. And that day I understood. And Crophobia, they galvanize people to move. They will row you, they will tell you to go to the street, but they themselves don't even understand what could potentially happen in the streets. They are just running with the concept. They don't know the consequences. They don't even think about it. They don't consider it. Is it responsible to send people in the streets that way? Mami asked my worker and I agreed that day. No. Because so I make a story. Ye we kumi preko de papa de okoto book ni mami we ye no. And wo ja me ho no koye. But me no as a young sad time no na book ni e de mami ba na me nyan start say me kan. And as I was reading this book, and we were still running around campus screaming and shouting because you're a new one. I had a lot of friends who are vandals. My husband is a vandal. A lot of my friends were vandals. So, and I found myself in Vandal City, Commonwealth Hall. Kwena boys no we come prep. Now, I was going down to my hall and my friends were going to see me off. Now, say yes, and I mean, one of the most defining events in my life was Chief Vandal Budu at that time himself. Na osunis yes so, and Crawford Budu Niema, and I was see from. Now Crawford be say, hey, Chief Vandal, Chief, what's going on? I say, Massa, you know, see, no, I'm saying, huh? Go behind the halls of residence, you will see say armored tanks at BCC. So when young who had Jina 2 minutes opposite for what would be BSU so Eddie Achremo. Whilst he was busy explaining to the boys, I was busy running to my hall. Damn you who said the loudest voice in all this and in the university, the loudest deviant voice was the Chief Vandal's voice. The Chief Vandal no one kasa one name says you share no idea about they are coming for him. No one name see about one in no, I started to consider the ramifications, and he was socially responsible. This was before he became Christian. So he say, I think Sebudu or Yesofo. My titin says Mbia no or Yesofo, and he sustained it for a long time. Very convincing for me. Anyway, but this was before he became Sofo. Time no anu Chief Vandal no Korano. On his way down, Obia was shia womubia wakachere womo. Kakra na mijina ho mehunu ye no no wakachere mo munkofie o. Munkofie, but this is what is about to go down. Munkofie. That day, I again understood leadership. Leadership is about responsibility. Leadership is about accountability. I on one a case munye didi. But wojina ho na wo hu nsuo hye na ye no ano wo hu say debi emwa no. Debi he was not stupid enough to think say nothing will happen because he had seen the intent. So we will be a person who push it against authority. I understand that the authority is not about to roll belly up and watch you. The authority will push you back. And most of the time, we want to protest, but we don't understand the pushback. The pushback is going to be there. Because only pan our brain when you're in the position, or my one deviant small voice be no mess any man. And the common sense says that they will push you back. They will test you. It is say a lot of the difference. I won't kasa. Maybe when can well say yes, and dear Ben men can't hosh because the minyante near mass. Miguso amishim. Minyoni pamede near my political near my to me page so irresponsibly. Because minim say ni penny be or hamon tis and my way as a moon news and my way whom could reach it. Or nipa phone to say me can and more ready actually. What yes is to street him. I have learned responsibility, leadership responsibility. Is why I am not quick to speak on some of those things. Anyway, I mean, come in 1999 story, and I mean, Tonko, and I mean, can't you? And me who would do with Dibrika walk on them, Dibrika call me home. Thankfully for me balcony in Echi, na tank ne ba kusi ho e wo hwa wo no ansuo hye no mo no ansuo hye ne ne abie so wo hunu steam ku ha na ma me panyi bi wo ye floor ho oba na me pack me ne ma so good wo na me pese me hunu wo minim se de wo mogya no hye na me pese me ye sure so wo hunu nkrofo na me se anti jai ma hunu so wonim sa abaya westi scan no asansuo hye ene wo mu be spray me so wo boa I know wono ane me nkrofo de beboa me ne pack me ne ma ne hye me ne ma ready. That time my husband who was my friend no was sane ne ma gu ne kam o de kogu ne anti bi ho your friend say hospital na chi ho baby womo nim nyansa no ma start locate womo ne ma position womo ne ma. And whilst all these people were moving, there were still people who were on campus. Woman near ding, woman ding. But the funny thing is the leadership had advised themselves. Nipa ni bi wo ha mu huridi niema achi mu gita mo ani ase kora sen wo mu efrase no wo mu efrase ni hunu nyansa kora no wo mu kwa mo de mu hu there because one kasa de we no wo mfa nya adwuma. The leadership had moved. The leadership knew said they would be whooped if they stay on campus. A lot of them were off campus by about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. We started say whiny 6 o'clock no. Na nipa be position wo money ma me say nam de me ma kwode de kugu baby de me amaba. Na nam ne nam ho. Me de me leader. I was just a big mouth. Jimmy phobia me yedidi. But na me ne nam ho a me hwa ade na anche nam tesi ye tia wo soro ho. Abakade. Oh yeah, before nko. Na minya ka bi wi ete de bu ko fie ko to me papa mko na papa ya yeti ya ma no te porch ho num ti mbetna se o se ama be say yes papa books na mtoma na ewia de we henam so we me dem osiko yibra. I want you to start with this one. Into that night whilst listening to Radio Universe, listening to proceedings, hearing said yes a bon crofoma no mon crofoma prepran crofoma womo a womo yenkurasefo no a woma te asem no woma giaginam. Some of these people na giaginam no kra no money baby won kra woma te. There was nowhere for them to go, so they had to stay on campus, and they didn't have the common sense to run to the nearest your friend say station to go and find your friend say bus and fan koni krum ya bon crofo pa. But you know what is funny? A lot of the student leaders, a lot of the inciters, a lot of the instigators, they were gone. They were not even there. They were not there. They be catch them Crawford say, each one for himself, God for us all. It's a principle. Me that day I realized that I would never be a street activist because me for. Some of you will not have the bravado to admit it's a for, but me I am willing to put my hand up on my chest. Men can't trust me for. I value self-preservation. Thank you very much. I came to those decisions in Sa Afeno. Books no me papa de ma me no whilst I was listening to Radio Universe wondering time maybe be school I may ask go back, will there ever be school again then I began to understand ramifications of actions and nipa take here. There were final year students in that era almost 6 years and a year 3-year degree, because there were a lot of protests in that period, the 97, 98, 99. There was a lot of unrest. There was a lot of change, and we were pushing back in response to the change. Nah, nipa no ana wo mudi mirika no ebinu wo ha wo ma anwen ho sa, but because of encrophobic actions there were some people who never went into any of these things, who were studious. They wanted to go, but only the 6 years na year 3-year degree because of other people's actions. The sad thing is a lot of these boys no they leading a lot of these things no. Edu time I dundum university no yentimi nko no. Some of these are not omo maame no omo papa no baby timi de wo and they moved them from uni. Some of them went abroad and started courses. Again, damn it is encrophobic. Woma maybe womo kwa brochire I understood. Jimmy in capital letters, I understood it. Pa. Now what baby ko? Na any baby ko? Big difference. Nipa ni bi wo ha ya to school no no a ene esesa ye begu mruchiri. Ene start say me dey me be any work. Me be pa adwuma bi be ye. Me be titena your friends Homes Place Health Club bi. Na me pa betaku ni me sempoa. Na me twen sem krofo be ka kire me da school baby. Na ma besen yakọ. Yes, me be di me pa. Me gusu a me di me pa no na me line me pockets. Me line me pockets na me won nam form so gun kran. Wo mu hunu de o ma bra boy. I think that this one, if I remember, lasted like 2 months was a bibisa. 2.5 months. And Sunny yes here be a uni. It's been a while. I can't remember the times. Yeah, but I think so. Now only crowdfunding come in those days. That time Yahoo any will be send email, Charlie. Life be tough, Charlie. I don't know what they go on. And so some crowdfunding in your school no man no ding. When the cookie crumbles, Obia finding a level. So I'm asking you, wono, are you winning what level and san what could in maybe? Do you know send crofone a woman inciting the panel? Don't one I know on the plan A, B, C, and D ready to go. A lot of the inciters, they have strategies to remove themselves. But a lot of the inciters don't even stop to think about you. And your woman she was not aware of those responsibilities until say assembly until say wonyini until say what in see and who say she could have cost people their lives. At least when me bru bi no pa. She cost encrophobia women careers because what catch them women say what they should be patriotic, they should be D&D, they should be D&D, they should go forward, and they ended up with criminal records after the event. The nipani bi wo woman ye they became destitute because now it's difficult to reconstruct. Me, matisa responsibility nasepa. And I am very careful before I speak. Because minim say nyansa ni nipa nyina na wone pe. Nipa ni bi wo ha womun nim say each one for themselves. A lot of the leaders and instigators, they know. God for us all. A lot of the followers, they don't know. Se wo kase wo bi nko street mu enkoko a kai se wo ko street mu a ye be bro no e bro no a ye bro no se e bro ne keke kura e bro de say na a few days e kuro no be calm me down pain be calm me down ye be pra bi ansa na be ka kire nkrofo se wo nko street mu nko tiatem ye be kumu bi, and on your head will the responsibility rest. Do you know? Se wo ka kire wo bi se wo nko na wakoni yekum no a eye wo na wukum no. Do you understand before you speak about these things? Sankrofo no a wunti wo moko no ebinum ada abrabo will never be the same because of you, but you will be staying in the comfort of wabrabo. Anything na me catch them crofo me wo say pound for pound me see you di kaina me ni wachi hallelujah me nyom no di kaima me ni wachi. Pesa wo so wo bedi kan a say ya nipa koro no wo bedi kan. We want to go and fight. You lead the fight. Fa wo yire ne wo maka ho na mo fight wo anim ho me medi wachi. Wonu a obi se besen ye nkoko ntokwa no abiri bia bisa wo ho se nipa no a wo se ye nkoko no wodi wanim ana e Ganafo enwom nini di kaima me ni wachi hallelujah. Tie sa de we free me ho ene wa fa hwe free me ho abese asem we fa bo wo bra wo bi si adwoa ye nkoko wo si di kaima me ni wachi hallelujah. Say ya di kan enya wo nko na di kan fa wo ma mrantie your son is a man like me. Let your son follow you. We were brothers, let them go next. We were nephews, let them follow. And my man is someone will be line the women after you. Then I will follow you. Now what would I with them? Now me na meji me. Now me nam ka kwen because obi catcher was a na ono dani dem baby a ye bro nkrofo abi nka no baby a ye pra nkrofo abi nka no baby ye kum nipa abi nka no no se wo na besen ye nkwa menua dwen wo ho I was talking about a lot of Alatafoɔ celebrities, no. Alatafoɔ celebrities, no, dodo no can sempa wo Facebook ha. But me hwe street ni mu a me hunu dodo no awom. And I mean kwa na man hwe correct places. Womo ba no mo beka die end die ben die be together die no. Mumu ahe na mahunu sa nkrofo ni be in the actual streets protesting the way they are calling you to protest. Mumu ahe na mahunu a lot of those people being beaten the way you other people are being beaten. When him says nkrofo mo do ma no, they come and talk big, they come and talk brave, they come and insult obi to say me ama, say me a coward. Me die me jitum. I am a coward. I am a self-preserving coward. I am a conscience-based coward. I am a coward who understands so we can fight with intellect. You can protest, and you can protest by galvanizing the masses to act. Anything a democracy near one. You can protest by teaching the masses so that they are no longer dependent on what you want to fight. That is a legitimate protest. You can protest, and you can protest using boycott, inciting boycott. That is what I'm doing at the moment. I am inciting you to boycott nonsense. I am inciting you to think twice before you jump on agenda. I am saying, say, you were intellectual and tokwa. And tokwa ni bi before you decide your war plan. No, as I say, we should casualty rates. No. Because these people are also humans. Every life must be preserved. So wouldn't mean guarantee preservation of life. Nasa when you're willing, so you will be the sacrificed life. You have no right to call another person. All life matters. So what person can you trust wafa would you can trust? Di kana mini wachi. So when you're prepared, so would you be trust? Would you trust you? That is the epitome of common sense. Oh my God, for no, as I say, me who the same crowd. Look at a lot of the other side of a lot of and I heard you moving. A lot of what you were near the we are brew one more tiamono and no sumo. A lot of ya must one more near the a lot of for you so many men is one more tia because they are seeing terrible scenes. Do you see those sites? And I heard you convenient it won't come. Abijana bontin ka kire nkrofo alata for me nua no Ghana for ye de ye pasumdue wate asumdue ne ye pe ye no ye nipa ye didi adwen ho ye nim nyansatan de enye ye de ne yesu ne ateatea ne de aye rough ye de aye comedy ne akan adwen ye wia na obi akoda. That is who we are, and that is what we need to preserve. Let other people call us names, we shouldn't care, because to us we know that this is the epitome of wisdom. Ghana the one prize possession of my Ghana ye peace. Peace inti any etimi economic progress no ye nyina ye hwehwe peace inti na African countries no dodo no wo mani breyen. Senke ye ka agudie ne achede de anka Congo. Ehona na the maximum concentration of resources wo. Ghana number 2. Congo ne wo. Congo for nye wo ma fe ne Ghana for in terms of progress. Oni mi dey because on to kwesi Congo. When Congo. Manipa woban bo ensi ye wuntimi nya adwuma. Do you know that if you have no peace you can't progress? Inti Ghana yempuntu no aye no the fastest growing economy in Africa, the shining beacon of Ediaben in Africa. And the main premise to all those things is the peace we maintain. Emma politician bia medada in this affair sekwokontokwa. Fasa amere ne fakwa adwuma. Because politician be anywhere unless you are also high ranking in the party. What about 2 chicken change be diabo, t-shirt be diabo, a chicken change, it will not feed you for a day. Spend your time on a dear tree and it be suitable. So for a long time going forward, go to work. Don't go to a political campaign. Go to work. The people who should be campaigning are the politicians themselves. Fearful, anyone cronies. They are the ones who are campaigning because they are the ones who are going to enjoy. Why are you campaigning when you are not a politician? Oh, you're a politician. You're a twabama said. You're a twabama say who? Nipa no kura won sheda any close ties be sure any munti na what to store but when I'm a campaign. Brethren, you're steady. Maybe say mayor campaigner, mayor campaign no. Naturally say my medjuma wi enwumere na ma betina ha. and they say me a big meeting be mren so ye and my bet na record the video yi say me jai me meeting ne pa say me ba be campaign there be ma dwen nya adwuma adeg na say wa hu say political ne ma me ye bi but me won niema fufuro bi so ese me ye to me yes niema ni wie na mre ni bi ka me de bi aye politicians niema ni bi because me no nipa wo be we ne aba 2020 we no o ma madwuma nya nipa wo be we ne aba 2020 we wo ma maduane ni won tua me ma school fees ma me saa niema ni nyina me ama ya na me ye ma de eti ese se me pe kwan de ye saa niema ne kane na me wie a me de bi aboa de aka. I am a patriot, but I'm also a responsible person. My first priority and responsibility goes to those who are near and dear to me before we go to the society. We radiate from inside out. That is the common sense thing to do. One kasa kokotena se ne kwadwendwen niema obisa wo ho se niema a wo ye ni nyansa wo. Mo a mo frefre nkrofo frefre kwabofo no. Aya mo frefre nkrofo a mo nim ba bia mo de wo mo kode. Mo adwen ho ye. And I want to see my myopic view. And I would frefre nkrofo ede nkrofo ko oseye mu from ignorance. Think carefully before you speak, because in any opinion, I know the capacity to think before they utilize what you say. And crofoni be they will apply what you say, hook, line, and sinker. And to say, oh, I will say, Obia could do be a chineni panasana drain and crofo come. A mamma who say any penny in any median and Yamaho for themselves. They depend wholesale on the uncrofoka. So be more responsible before you speak. What? Be more responsible before you call. Be more responsible before you put some of these things out in open space, because nipeni be wahwa, they will take it, and you are still responsible for everything that happens to those people because of what you said. You are responsible for everything that happens to them because they acted on your word. They obeyed your instruction, and so the responsibility is with you. You can't pass it on to them, because in any penny in work capacity, a person who is acting without capacity on your instructions, no, on your head, may it rest. It does rest on your head. Think about our social responsibility before you put message out. Think about it before you share anything to your page. And you're not kind, but I do 2 pages so, and any penny who you are on your head, does it rest? What? Media, I'm just putting it out there. No, you are not just putting it out there. Put responsible things out there. Be responsible. Don't just talk by heart. When you should consider carefully and stand. Not everything should make it to your wall. What? Not everything should come out of your mouth. Not everything should be shared. It ends where you saw it. Must start to consider more options. My dream the entire crop some maybe a woman kind. Na for a drain ni nyansa fire dear. By self-preservation by virtue of common sense. I'm a Manson, and it was a war cry. It's an media. This is not an entertaining piece, but share it anyway, because there are many people who still need to hear this.